Ladies. I'm here on this shit. I'm here to talk about the Kansas State Wildcats beating the Rutgers Scarlet Knight 44-41 here in the Rate Bowl. Man, what a game. I got two excellent games recapped here. I recapped Pitt beating Toledo Toledo beating Pitt 48-46 in 2 overtime and 6 overtimes, excuse me. And now I get this game, high scoring 40-point game between both teams. Cinema. But Kansas State had to rally back. They were down 27-17 at halftime. They even went down 34-17, and it was even 41-26. But they rallied back, got a touchdown, and then they got a stop, got another touchdown, a 2-pointer, and then got it stopped, and then another first down to end the game. Just what a back and forth thriller between both teams. Both these teams ran the football especially well, man. From Rutgers is Antoine Raymond and Jashawn Benjamin. With Kansas State, Dylan Edwards, Avery Johnson, he knows the threat with the arm and his legs, and just other guys that made an impact. But it was a tale of two halves for Rutgers. The offense in the first half was great. It wasn't really the passing attack. Like, they made some plays here and there passing, but it was mostly Antoine Raymond making plays. And they even had a 67-yard punt return that helped. It was mostly Antoine Raymond because Anthony Kalik Manis really wasn't great, to be honest. They just kind of started to slip up. I'm curious to see how year 2 will look for him in 2025. 2024 wasn't great. I feel like Rutgers is fine. They got a good coaching staff, and things started to slip away when he threw his first interception in 3 games, gifting Kansas State the ball in Rutgers territories, where it started to kind of slip away. Rutgers just behind a disastrous defensive performance. They blew a 17-point second half lead to end their season. It was an up and down season. It was a great performance from the offense in the first half. Just second half just wasn't great. At one point they had 60 total yards after having like 300 and something just in the first half alone. They just felt like they were too conservative offensively, trying to sit on a 17-point lead with a bad defense. That was just it was an up and down season, maybe disappointing though. That's a game they should have won because they after gaining 319 yards in the first half. Rutgers mustered just 82 yards in the second half, going 3 and out on 3 of its final 6 drives, and that's just inexcusable. They just got too conservative up 17. They had the habit of going into a shell in the second half at key times. The defense is to blame, but they out together one more good drive in the fourth quarter. They put together one more good drive maybe in the fourth quarter, and then maybe they win. But the defense didn't help. But the offense was just MIA missing in action. That was just a game they should have won. And then so the offense just couldn't do nothing. Like, it just wasn't great. Kansas State in their last play on defense had like 7 people at the quarterback. Got the ball away, but it's way short of first down. So, yeah, another great game from the quarterback, Kalik Manis, 14-32, 237 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Antoine Raymond, 18 runs, 113 yards, 6.3 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns for Antoine Raymond. They didn't have their normal running back, I don't think, but Antoine Raymond was great. Jashawn Benjamin, 7 runs, 33 yards, 4.7 yards per carry, and 4.7 yards per carry, 1 touchdown. Receiving, Ian Strong, 5 catches, 105 yards. KJ Duff, 3 catches, 58 yards. Damir Miller, 2 catches, 26 yards. Antoine Raymond, 1 catch, 16 yards. Christian Jermail, 1 catch, 15 yards. Ben Black, 1 catch, 10 yards. And Jashawn Benjamin, 1 catch for 7 yards and a touchdown, 2 total touchdowns. They had 4 total on the ground. And they finished their season 7-6. It was just such an up and down season. It would have been at least if you won the bowl game, would have at least put some tough losses away. But just another tough loss. 7-6. Kansas State, just an up and down season. I think they lost 3 of their last 4. But at least they come back to win their bowl game and finish 9-4 to have a respectable season. Obviously didn't have DJ Giddens. He opted out because he's on the NFL. Avery Johnson, I thought, played a solid game. He looked very poised in this game. He went 15 to 30, but 195 yards, 3 touchdowns, had one interception. He had 11 runs, 57 yards, 5.2 yards per carry, and a touchdown. 4 total touchdowns for Avery Johnson. He just looked very poised. Like his pass on the move to Dante Cephas during this game and going through the progressions and to find Joe Jackson. I believe he was on a check down for a big game. So, he was great in this game. Dylan Edwards, though, got to be player of the game. Former Colorado Buffalo, transferred here to Kansas State. He was great. 18 carries, 196 yards. Are you feeling nicey, Dylan Edwards? Because I'm feeling nicey. 2 touchdowns. 2 catches, 27 yards and touchdown. You had 3, not 1, not 2. But you had 3 touchdowns. I'm feeling nicey, Dylan Edwards. I think the most rushing yards for a Kansas State player in bowl history, I think, or something an announcer said. But yeah, he's got to be player of the game for me. They just ran the ball really effectively, just as a whole. Like, even the backup was running well, and even one of their wide receivers ran for 42 yards. Yeah, Dylan Edwards was great, player of the game. Like, he's really good running back when he gets the opportunity. And with this opportunity, with DJ Giddens out, he showed out. We already talked about Avery Johnson. We talked about Joe Jackson here. 7 carries, 50 yards, 7.1 yards per carry. Everybody that ran the football had over 5.2 yards per carry. Rutgers just couldn't stop it. Joe Jackson, we talked about the 50 yards. He also had 3 catches, 37 yards and a touchdown. So 1 total touchdown, and he had, I think he had like 80 something total yards. I'm not gonna add the math up. I just want to get this video done. Jace Brim, 3 runs, 42 yards, and 14.0 yards per carry. That's the best sophomore season for a Kansas State wide receiver ever, actually. And that's a pretty explosive core if you want to build around them, like an Avery Johnson, Dylan Edwards, Joe Jackson, Jace Brown. That's a really good core you can build around. Like a no cap. Jace Brown said 5 catches, 60 yards, 12.0 yards per catch. Dante Cephas, 2 catches, 42 yards. Garrett Oakley, 2 catches, 16 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Jackson, 1 catch for 13 yards to end their season at 9-4. Hell of a bowl game here. 44-41. Both the bowl games I recapped today, each team scored over 40 points. So I'm glad I recapped both these games. But that's a tough loss for Rutgers, though. But good way to end the season for Kansas State after kind of a disappointing end. So yeah, that's all to say. Peace.